What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And I'm sorry about earlier. I had some technical difficulties on my wrestling news video, and I apologize. I'm going to make it up to you in the next couple of days. Unfortunately, I won't be making a wrestling news video tomorrow because I have some other commitments that I promised to make outside of doing these videos. So I'm going to take a break of doing wrestling news video for the next day or two. But yeah, and also I also want to give a shout out to the new 2024 NBA Finals champions, the Boston Celtics. Even though this is a wrestling news video, not a basketball video, but I just thought I'd throw that out there and give a shout out to all the players that earned this championship opportunity and earned to become called national the National Basketball Association champions, if I said it correctly. But I'm gonna talk about more about that maybe on the wrestling news video, or maybe if I can think of how to make a basketball news video. I'll probably be talking about then. But for now, we're going to be talking about what exactly went down on Monday Night Raw in the the June 17th edition of the Red Brand Show. And man, we got two big surprises, one in the beginning and one in the end, which it's gonna be a very exciting surprise for the one in the end, which we're gonna get into in just a moment. But for now, we're gonna talk about the WWE recapping what happened on Clash of the Castle. For those that are unaware, you already know, but the ones that are unaware, I'm gonna give the skinny out to there, we're gonna which shows that Albert Fire and Isla Dawn become the new women's tag team champions, while the likes of Bayley, Damian Priest, and Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn retained their respective championship belts against the likes of Chad Gable, Piper Niven, Drew McIntyre, and what's his name, AJ Styles. But we're going to get into the beginning of one of the surprise returns in WWE, and it's none other than Seth freaking Rollins. And I was like, where the hell did this came from? Like, I was not expecting this kind of opening segment, or expecting this in my bingo card of tonight. That just shows you that anything is possible in WWE more than ever in this era of WWE. And also, we saw some very suspicious activities going on with the intro being sabotaged by some kind of anonymous hacker, which is so the staticking and maybe a certain logo that we might know of. And let me tell you, he finally made his faction debut. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, but we're going to get to that in just a moment. This is where we got Seth Rollins heading out to the ring. This is where he asked the Southern Texas fans, saying how everybody's doing, and did they miss him, which most of them did, if not all of them, when they were singing the song whoa, and everybody was going wild and crazy and insane once he was out there. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, Drew McIntyre was there in a very ticked off mood, him walking in the hallways through the hall. But back to Seth Rollins. I noticed that he's growing his beard back out, because we all know what he looked like the last time when he was when he made an appearance at the Kentucky Derby with his wife Becky Lynch. This is where we got Seth Rollins. Yeah, this is where we got Seth Rollins then continue on his microphone saying, "Welcome to Monday Night Rollins." This is where we got what else happened? With Seth Rollins, which he was talking about, it's been he's like, and I am. He's like, I'm giving you guys an update that I am going to be back. I am going to be back here very soon. I get with a full speedy recovery on my latest leg injury, or from my latest leg injury. And then he continued saying, what else? And he's like, and again, it feels good to welcome you guys back. And he's like, and once I'm back in the square circle, they'll be fully cleared to compete. I'm going after for the title that I made relevant, and that is the World Heavyweight Championship, which is held by Damian Priest. And then that's where Seth Rollins then then look around the arena. The fans were singing the song. Whoa, ah, ah. You get the rest. But anyway, this is where Seth Rollins continues on the microphone. This is where he's like, I appreciate that. I thank you guys very much. Like, and what else he said? He's like, we thought like, and then. And he was like, and I'm back for that one reason. Like, and I've seen them all. I faced them all. I beat them up. Like, and I'm going to get my World Heavyweight Championship match back. And then I think he said Damian Priest's name way too many times. And you know the rules on page 1408. I believe this is where we got Damian Priest come out. This is where then Damian Priest then came out here. He's like, it's good to see you back, Seth Rollins. And he's like, and I see you back. Like it looks like your knee is on its way of being fully healed. Like, but yeah, like, but there's like, but you don't understand. Like, if you want this World Heavyweight Champion, it's not going to be an easy task to dethrone me. Like I overcome my biggest and strongest and most difficult obstacle as World Heavyweight Champion this past Saturday at Clash of the Castle against Drew McIntyre. And he's like, and everybody may argue that it's all because of CM Punk, but no matter what, like I walked in there, stronger than Drew, and I came in there beating him stronger than Drew. Drew could ever will. Like even though he had me pinned to the ground, I got him, but. And then this is where it's like, and he said, like, and you, Seth Rollins, you're making a huge mistake. It's not no longer Monday Night Rollins. Like, it's the show where all rise of the Judgment Day only, you know? And this is where the Seth Rollins, like strong words from for your Punisher. Like, and he started give a little small chuckle, like, you know what, Priest? Like, let's cut you some slack. Like, you had a very awesome week. He's like, you even though he had an awesome weekend this weekend at Glasgow, but at the same time, you nearly lost your leg on that right-handed side rope, like when you slipped and fell right onto that side of the apron, like against Drew McIntyre, like, but like I get what you're coming from, all right, like I know, Like I love where you're coming from, and I understand where you're coming from, and I respect that. Like, and now, Bruce, like you may not know this though, like you and I are a lot alike. Like when it comes to that category, think about we both like made our names in groups. Like would you like he's like with you with the Judgment Day and me with the Shield, like which is the greatest group of all time, by the way. And he's like, and then he continues saying, like, we both like what want money back contract, like, and they waited for a long time until the following year's WrestleMania to do one of the greatest maneuvers in all of PW, which everybody calls it today the heist of the century, because but when we did, like, we made a. Like we made a mark of cashing in successfully at the grandest stage of all. I was like, wow, like I never thought of this. Like I thought they did not do anything in a common manner, like in their respective pro wrestling careers in 10 years, especially in WWE. I was like, yeah, like I did not realize that. Like maybe I kind of did that a while. Like I was like, this kind of looks similar to when Seth Rollins cashed in his money on the World Championship in 2015 at WrestleMania 31, which that was like 9 years ago. But this is where then we got Seth Rollins we won our first world title at WrestleMania. That is true. Like, well, at least in WWE. So very similar that we are, Priest. Like, but there's one little thing that separates me from you, like, and that is the fact that at some point that I grew a set. Like, and this is where Damian Priest like, oh, like, did you really have to go there? And I was like, he has a point because like. Or why else the man herself calls her man the man's man, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm not sure if I should get into that, but anyway, that's where the fans are like, oh, like he got you on that, Seth. I mean, Damian. This is where Seth Rollins didn't continue to say like, I want to be the greatest. He was like, and almost a decade ago, I wanted to be the greatest of all time and have that kind of legacy, like at some point, like I didn't just stand on And then eventually I had to stand on my own two damn feet, and to get there. And let me ask you this question, Damian. The question that we all want ever since you won that world heavyweight title, what kind of champion do you actually want to be? And this is where Damian Priest started thinking about it in his head. This is where Seth Rollins was like what, and he continues saying, what kind of champion do you want to be and to lead a legacy in this business? Do you want to be one of the greatest of all time, or do you want to be just a footnote in the history of the Judgment Day, huh? And that's where then Damian Priest is like, all right, I get what you're coming from, and that is a fair question. And I get it. That's I see why you're asking. Yeah, wow. I never thought of this. Seth, remind you of something right here. When you very first had this world title, I was your first challenger. Remember that? And then he's and at that point in time, Rollins, you beat me in that match. You were better than me at that time. I have to admit that. Even though I hate to do so, but the thing is, the challenge. I mean, the times has changed now. Now everything is life has changed now. And I'm the world heavyweight champion. You're just a vulnerable. You're the lonely future challenger. Lonely, vulnerable future challenger, and I get what you're saying. I lost my leg at Clash of Castle, and I'm so lucky. And I'm lucky that I don't have to limp out here and announce that I have to relinquish my world heavyweight title. The only thing I want to relinquish is the fact that you think you're better than me right now. And what do you got to prove to that? You know what kind of about talking about legacy and what kind of champion do I want to be? I'm gonna tell you what kind of legacy and champion I want. Let me tell you, don't worry about ladders and briefcase. Have Money in the Bank. How about it be Seth freaking Rollins versus Damian Priest and for the world heavyweight title? After he announced. This has to be too good to be true. This has to be some kind of a trap where your boy's gonna come out here and jump me. And this is where Dave Priest's no, there's nobody coming out. This doesn't matter. That's the reason why I did not bring him out there to prove a point that I'm serious about giving you this title match. And it seems like that Damian Priest is turning babyface somewhere down the line, because why is he does not need the Judgment Day in certain times? I guess just to prove that statement is 100% true. And Seth Rollins is the man that lost the title to Drew McIntyre, and he yet to get a ring match for that world title. And at the same night, Damian Priest won it against Drew McIntyre. But this is where then Damian Priest said, "Stop fooling around, Seth Rollins. Is it a yes or a no that you want to get a shot at my world heavyweight title or not?" And then this is where then Seth Rollins gave a huge grin once again. This is where he was like, "Okay, if you're serious, then I say, hell yes, I want that world title." And this is where then Seth Rollins did finish off the promo by saying. And he's like, because I need to recapture that championship, because as long as I'm around here, this show will always will forever be Monday Night Rollins. And this is where he put up a microphone here when he said this. This is where the fans shout out Rollins. And then this is where Seth Rollins gave a huge laugh, ha, 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 that belt's going to be mine. So he's going to be back again, and I'm going to be a two-time big gold champion. And how many times will the world? He's gonna be a six-time world champion, because he held the WWE version of the World Heavyweight Championship twice in 20 from 2015 to 2016 period, and then he won the Universal Championship from the 2019 period two separate times, and he won the World Heavyweight Championship the fifth time on last year till this year, which he could possibly win it again, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But I'm going to let you guys decide in the comments. And I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think Rollins is going to win back the title that he lost to Drew at WrestleMania XL from the guy that beat Drew at the same night by cashing in his briefcase? Yeah, let me know right down below. Let's move on to the next slide. This is where we got. This is where we showed earlier today with Chad Gable winning the Adam Pearce's office. He asked him a question. He wanted the shot at the Intercontinental Championship once again. He was like, I didn't. He was like, and I know you yourself is an intellectual guy. Like, and at least you're the and the only man around here that has common sense. And this is what he said it with his teeth grinding and said it in an angry voice by staring at the rest of the Alpha Academy boys and girls. This is where he's like, and I would be Intercontinental, and I would have been Intercontinental champ. He's like complaining, him saying like, I would have been Intercontinental if it wasn't for my number one disappointment here, this big fellow right here, and little Miss Peep right here. Not to mention Mr. Everyday Off, always missing every other trip outside of the U.S. This is where the Chad Gable's like I want a rematch for that Intercontinental. So I'm asking you, it's right for rematch. It's gonna be a rematch clause to get Sammy tonight. And this is where Adam Pearce was like, yeah, I understand that how much that title means to you, but I just cannot And he was like, and it's very, and I can feel you that it's disappointing to keep getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, just to come up short, and then get go after so close of getting it, he's like, but the other thing is I get is the best thing is for you going back in the line and make you you need to go back in the way of winning that title and then doing it the honest way like everybody else. And this is where he sounded like Nick Aldis when he said this, and I was like, I hope Chad Gable don't turn it to his version of a Raw AJ Styles and fake retirement, and then trick Sami Zayn of getting one. Well, let's hope Sami Zayn's not going to fall. It will be too smart to not fall for that, and he's gonna think that Chad Gable's retiring. Well, I'll say as of this looking at right now, I don't think anybody, not even an elderly grandparent would even fall for Chad Gable's tricks of retiring, especially if they've been watching WWE as of late. But anyway, this is where we got Chad. And this is where the Chad Gable got very angry. He's like, I get back in the line. Do you hear that guy? I get back in the line. Nobody said that to Chad Gable. I'm a leader. I go right in front of the line. And this is where he's like, and it's all y'all's fault, for not helping me out winning my Intercontinental Championship. And I was like, Gable, you really gonna blame them for your failure? That just don't make any sense. That's 2 + 2 equals potatoes. But at the same time, he kind of did fail him. But regardless for them helping or not, he should be worried about winning on his own methods to prove that he's actually a champion of the people. But anyways, this is where we got Chad Gable didn't call. And he's like, okay, since I'm not going to get a shot at the Intercontinental, I'm in a fighting mood, and why don't you go find me someone, Adam Pearce? This is what he's like, and it better be somebody worthy, because I'm a worthy opponent for no matter who this guy is, as long as he's just exactly in my level. This is where Adam Pearce is like, come to think of it, as a matter of fact, I got just the person, and you'll figure out who exactly this person is as soon as you enter in that ring and be prepared to fight this guy tonight. And that's where we do find out who is a man. I don't think Chad Gable or anybody in the arena did not expect it who it could possibly be, even though it's not a surprising return or surprising debut of a very popular wrestler. But it was somebody that you would not expect that Chad Gable would fight anytime soon. And that man is the monster of all monsters, the biggest SOB in one big SOB, monster of all monsters, Braun Strowman. He comes out there, and this match barely lasted for a good 5 minutes, which he squashed poor Chad. This is where Braun Strowman was like, are you going to protect your daddy? And this is where Otis is like, I'm not sure what I should be doing right now. I don't want to taking orders from Master Gable. This is where Chad Gable's like, you're taking orders from me now? What about when I need you the most, when I was supposed to win my Intercontinental Champion? Help me with my instead you carry that little Bo Peep rocks for brains, or whatever he would call poor Maxine Dupree. This is where then we got Braun Strowman. This is where Braun Strowman tried to go for a clothesline, but Chad Gable ducks out way, try to go for a German suplex to end the match. This is where Braun Strowman elbow strike him right to the face. This is where then Braun Strowman then grab onto to what's his name, Chad Gable. This is where he put him right to the upper left side. Hit a big stinging chop right on to the chest, which I was like, be careful, Braun. Like, even though Gunther's still training, like, and he's probably not going to be back until the Raw after Money in the Bank, whoever wins the World Heavyweight Championship match between Priest and Rollins, because some tells me it could be either way right now, but it's 50-50, but maybe later on we probably will be, maybe be Priest. But we're going to have to wait and see until July. But anyway, this is where we got Braun Strowman to get kicked right into the face when the Irish whip Chad Gable right into the right. This is where he tried to charge at Strowman, but Strowman caught him right up on the shoulders, try to go for the monstrous power slam that he normally does to his opponents. But this is where Chad Gable flipped right out of it, got him into a belly-to-belly position, pushes him right to the bottom corner ropes. This is where he rolls him up and goes for a German suplex. But this is where you got what's the name? Braun Strowman counter out of it, hanging on to the ropes. This is where then he hit the big boot, clocking him right to the face. This is where he sat up in a snapmare position, but he fell right back down. This is where Braun Strowman was like, this is where he started telling Otis, this is the guy you want to follow. This is the guy that you want to be, guided by, a guy that call you insulting words for no reason just because he don't get his way. Like, well, he's like, what kind of student are you? And then this is where he tells Otis and the rest of the Alpha Academy, including Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa. I was like, if I was you guys, I would be kicking right to the curb. This is where they finally start realizing. Now, she's like, why you guys are taking other people's words for it before you start taking Sammy's? But at least we're gonna see a payout, like, in the end. But we're going to get to that in just a moment. But this is where we got Braun Strowman hit a big headbutt right onto the Olympian. This is where he put up the Olympian and hits a knife-edge chop. Well, not knife, a straight face chop, let me rephrase that, and hit him right to his chest. This is where he throws him right to the upper left side. I was like, let's hope that Gunther does not pay too much attention to this guy like he does the AEW guys. This is where he launched Chad Gable diagonally right into the upper left side. His face first right into the turnbuckle along with his upper torso. He fell and did a 180 right in 2 feet in the air. This is where Braun Strowman put him right up on the top rope. This is where he choked him out, nearly choked the air out of his body. But this is where he's like, you deserve this. This is where he tried to hit him with a big right arm, I should say. This is where Chad Gable caught onto his left arm. This is where he started going for an arm bar right onto Strowman. This is where Strowman was yeah, let go, or you're going to get these hands. If I can ever grab onto my, recollect my left hand. This is where the referee's like, hey, stop it, y'all on the ropes, like Chad Gable, let go. And this is where he started counting until he got to 3. This is where he had to that's where he had to let go, or else he would have gotten DQ, and he would have earned himself a future opportunity for the Intercontinental Championship. This is where once he got himself right back up, safe and sound off the middle ropes of the bottom right side. This is where he tried to go for a dive or some kind of splash, or more likely a dive onto Braun Strowman. But this is where Braun Strowman then hit a big right knuckle cut right into the left jaw. He rolled right over the top rope. This is where then this is where the Chad Gable went flat on the ground. This is where then he tell the rest of the Alpha Academy to get himself up. This is where Braun Strowman's like, yeah, get him back in the ring. I want to teach him more of a lesson of being so narcissistic. Even though it's none of my business, but he should be taught a lesson. Always get what he wants. And then this is where then Braun Strowman then grab him back in the ring. This is where he started punishing him more, his big boots. Close on, splashed him right to the corner. This is where then he went on the outside. This is where he turned on the Strowman Express. He was start spinning around choo choo, and this is where he started running like a freight train, all around the ring, spinning around, finding Chad Gable, trying to run him over like a runaway freight train, like what he do to a running away bank robber, if that makes sense. But anyway, this is where we saw him start running and using Akira Tozawa and Otis as this human shields. But Braun Strowman, every time he gets run into the guys like this, it's where he felt whoa, This is where he's like, are you okay, Akira? This is where Akira's like, yeah, I guess so. And he's like, he thanked him. This is where this is where then Strowman's like, no need, like you can take me later. And this is where he tossed him right on to Chad Gable. This is where Chad Gable kind of broke his fall. It looked like he German suplexed him, like if anything, like rather than saving him though. This is where we got Braun Strowman going back in the ring. This is where he then tried to this is where then Chad Gable tried to take advantage of doing heelish moves right onto the monster. This is where he started hitting some right-legged leg kicks to the left leg of Strowman until Chad Gable tried to run right up there and try to charge and attack the monster when he ran right from the top corner. This is where we got Braun Strowman spin him around, hits him with a power slam. This is where he tried to go for the cover. He gets the 1, 2, 3. And the winner of this match, the monster of all monsters, the big SOB, Braun Strowman. And I want to give a big congratulations, or one big congratulations, let me rephrase that, to the monster of all monsters of getting this easy victory, even though it wasn't too easy. And I said like 5 minutes. I'll say actually 15 minutes, but still was a good match. It deserved a third place spot because the Braun Breaker and the Sheamus match was pretty interesting. And then the main event triple threat qualifier match for the Money in the Bank briefcase was really good as well. With the likes of Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, and Finn Balor. Like it also told a story about Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day and stuff, and Braun Strowman helping Rey Mysterio out with his bratty son. But this is where we got Chad Gable came in. This is where he demanded Maxime Dupree and Akira Tozawa and Otis to get in the ring. He's like, all three of you get in the ring. Like if we asked, like if they were his kids and they were asking to come upstairs to this bedroom, because if they did something wrong and he's going to give him a huge scolding and punished him whether if it's no video games for a month or no TV for a month, no internet for a month or anything of the matter. That's like he's about to punish him like that way, but luckily he didn't do anything like that. This is where he said you, Akira, you're the most disappointing. And so he started pushing him repeatedly and shoving him until Maxime Dupree got in front of him. And this is where then Maxime was like, oh, what are you gonna do now? You're not gonna lay hands on the lady, are you? And this is where Chad Gable's like, yeah, you're right. But I can take something that's gonna hurt you the most, and that is I'm gonna do something that's gonna help you out, and that's helping you out standing. Right, I can hurt you the most. That's the way he said it. He's like, no, but I can hurt you the most, more than I can lay a hand on you by taking something that's making you stable right now. That is your one left sided crutch that you're using to keep your legs standing. This is where Maxime Dupree was like, no, don't throw it out. And this is where he threw it out anyways. I was like, what a heartless narcissistic friend he is, or leader, or whatever he is. Yeah, that whatever he's considered and referred as to the Alpha Academy. This is where then Maxime Dupree was like, what you did that for? What did I do to deserve? This is where he tells Maxime to get out of the ring. This is where she start what's that limping out? She could barely leave the ring, but luckily Otis was there to help her out to get out of the ring and landed safe in the ringside area. This is where we got Chad Gable to start scolding at Otis and Akira Tozawa. This is where he slapped the taste out of Akira Tozawa's mouth to the point that he fell flat on the ground. This is where Otis got ticked off. And this is where he was really pissed off. He's like, you that did that to Akira. You could say a lot of things about us, but laying a hand on one of us is way too far. This is where he shoulder tackles him, boom, and knocking him down. This is where Michael Cole was excited. Yes, finally, he's not taking any orders from this selfish, narcissistic SOB. And this is where he's like, kick his ass, Otis, kick his ass. And then this is where the fans start cheering. And this is where, me and even my own mother was laughing at this, about what Michael Cole said, kick his ass, Otis. And we were agreeing, somebody had to stand up to the evil, wicked leader of this faction. But this is where then we got Otis then left after he then gave a huge roar right at Chad Gable when he had him cornered right to the bottom right. And this is where fans start chanting, "Oh this, oh this, oh this," and I was like, "Yes, finally!" Like it looks like we're finally seeing them splitting from Chad Gable and from his evil, wicked ways, and him punishing them with his insulting words that's destroying them mentally. This is where then they gave one last stare at him. That's where Otis then gave a huge death stare at him. He was like, "I'm no longer being friends with you anymore. Like, yeah, it was good while it lasted. Like, you were there when I lost everything before, but like, what difference does it make of leaving you now? Like, because it's exactly like how I started." This is when Chad Gable was damning everybody, including Michael Cole, saying like, "Damn you, brainwashing Otis and him. Like he was doing just fine until you got to talk him into leaving me, just like Sami Zayn. Like and and thanks to you, I have to find some replacements." Well, he did not say that, but he was looking like that after he started blaming the fans and the announcers. But this is where we got Michael Cole and what's his name? Michael Cole and Pat McAfee then start playing the game of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson when they start noticing a few details on what the Judgment Day did when right after Liv Morgan gave Dominic Mysterio her key card from to her hotel room at the time. This is where we got what's his name? Pat McAfee hilariously pointed out, like exactly like my fellow YouTubers did. Like Finn Balor grabbed onto that exact key card that Liv gave to Dominic and put it and tucked it away in his pocket. Like what's going on here? This is where Michael Cole was agreeing, like, yeah, like there's something suspicious about the Judgment Day lately. Like, and it seems like that they're in some kind of cahoots with Liv Morgan. They just don't want nobody to know about, except for Damian Priest. And this is where we got Pat McAfee hilariously showed Liv Morgan falling from the apron and landing right onto Dominic Mysterio in a very inappropriate way on his crotch, and I regret saying that now. And I was like, yeah, it seems like she wants to go CGI, and I'm gonna scold myself for saying this, even though I'm gonna say it once. Cowgirl information. Want to do some cowgirl information on Dominic Mysterio, and I apologize. And why did I even say that? And yeah, it's very too cringy to talk about. I was like, yeah, there's something going on here. Like, regardless. This is where the Damian Priest was backstage, and he would start asking Finn Balor about it. Like, it's clearly caught on camera, and this is where. And I was like, yeah, and I like how WWE is right now. They acknowledge the fact of the obvious and the logic of what happened right in front of the camera. This is where we got Finn Balor's like, how you're accusing me of having something to do with Liv Morgan, and then this is where we were like, even my own mom was like, yeah, you cannot deny it. Like it's right in front of the camera, like in right clear as day on the screen, like for everybody to see. This is where the Finn Balor was like, and just so you know, Damian Priest, I have to protect Dominic. Like it's I did nothing with that key card. Like I took care of it. I threw it away. It's gone. There's no discussion. No more discussions about it. And I was thinking to myself, like, or was it like until like she left that hotel room? Like I'm not sure who to believe right here, which I'm thinking something inside my tum that say do not believe in Balor right here because he's just denying that he has any kind of cahoots, whether if he's being supportive at this or if he's trying to talk to Finn Balor. I mean, talk to Dominic Mysterio out of this and try to be the overly restricted dad of not be passing this curve over what's that going over his curfew, like going out at night, and also and other things like that. But this word Finn Balor's like, are you unsuspicious now, champ? And this is where Damian Priest then said like I didn't mean it that way. Like I've been Like, you've been acting strange lately, so that's why I thought I might ask you about this. This is where now tonight, like, this is gonna be a qualifying match, Money in the Bank. Like, and I don't doubt you that you're gonna be. There's no doubt about that. You're gonna be the next Mr. Money in the Bank yourself, like I was last year. Like, so you can have that contract and you're champion. And I need to know this. Like, where's your game at? And then this is where Finn Balor's like. He's like I'm gonna get that when I get that briefcase. Like, I'm gonna cash in on the champion. This is where Damian Priest was getting worried. He's like, oh. Like, let's hope he's not referring to me. This is where he's like, and this is where he gave a huge smile and then didn't say like, psych. Like, I'm a like. He psyched him and said, like, I'm gonna cash in on Cody Rhodes, like, whatever the given chance I get, like, to become WWE champion. Like, and that is also the same champion that was unified with the championship that I have never lost, which is the Universal Championship. This is where then Damian Priest like, okay, good luck out there. This is where then we got Dominic Mysterio was looking around his bag saying, like, where the hell's my cow vest at? And we all know where that ended up with. And I was like, and how did got lost in the first place? Like, if he wasn't messing with Liv Morgan lately. But we're gonna figure that out in just a moment. But let me know in the comments below. It seems like that Dominic Mysterio is gonna have some explaining to do, like, later on. Or maybe not. This is where we got Io Sky was entering the ring because she had her match against Kiana James and who else was in the match? Who was it? It was Zelina Vega, that's who it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, sorry about that. Like, I was too big. I barely got the chance to watch this match, but yeah, this match was pretty decent. I'll say maybe I'll give it a second place tie with the Sheamus versus Braun Breaker match. But I'll say this was probably a little bit more better than the Sheamus and Braun Breaker. And I'll say, don't get me wrong, that match was really good. It's just I'm not sure what to think about it. It's the match. Like, it was not too much like a main event, but it was like a potential main event like match. But let's get to the matches where we got Zelina Vega to grab onto the Io Sky, snap marrying her everywhere, like tossing her around, but until Io Sky then flip right out of it. This is where she got go for a big right, but this is where she gets countered and then get kneed right to the face by Zelina Vega. This is where then we got what's her name? Kiana James to go for an elbow strike right onto Io Sky, like with Zelina Vega try to go for a pin, but this is where we got Kiana James and go over to Zelina Vega to go for a schoolgirl, which is the most devastating move in sports entertainment. But this is where she only got a one even count. This is where we got Kiana James kneeing her right into the gut. This is where then she goes face first, bounced off right on Zelina Vega's face, right onto the upper right side of Tina the Turnbuckle. Then we got Kiana James then going for a foot stomp right onto Zelina Vega, but this is where she tried charging, but this is where she gets hit with a sliding Hurricane Rana right onto Zelina Vega, but this is where we got a missile drop kick from Io Sky. This is where she goes for a handstand wheel. This is where she got to go for a right hand, but this is where we got Io Sky going for a hot shot right onto Kiana. This is where she fell right to the left side. This is where she shouted something, and I was assuming that she's translating that she's gonna be said something about being a two-time Miss Money in the Bank. This is where I was like, I don't know about this year. You won last year, but that doesn't mean that's going to happen again, with all due respect, because I think there's going to be somebody totally different that could possibly win. You never know who could possibly. But don't get me wrong, I think she will be so close to being a two-time champion, and probably what's that tie with CM Punk of winning the Money in the Bank back-to-back years. But anyway, this is where we got Zelina Vega. This is like Latino World Order, baby. And this is where we got Zelina Vega's like, and I'm going to be the next Miss Money in the Bank. This is where she threw which women's wrestler in the ring? I think it was Io Sky until like until we got Kiana James got back in the ring. This is where she then hits a spear right to the midsection onto her. And then the same with Io Sky in the upper right side. This is where then she did again with Zelina Vega. This is where then like right before she goes for that backflip gymnastics like maneuver. This is where then she picks up Zelina Vega, goes for the knees planted down powerbomb until she goes for the cover. But this is where we got Io Sky then